So I want you guys to start thinking about what your path of least resistance might look like. Maybe it's your employees or users. Okay, maybe it's your website, maybe it's phishing attacks, maybe your users, they love clicking on stuff. Maybe it's wireless or mobile devices. Maybe it's USB keys, or maybe it's your IT provider. A lot of the time we find that it's not the organizations directly that let themselves down, it's usually the IT provider that's done the wrong thing. We see a lot of legacy systems, physical access problems, and of course passwords. Every organization that we assess has some degree of weak passwords. A question I get all the time is, well, hey, what about our IT guys? They do security testing, so we're fine, right? Hey, it's great that they're doing that security testing, but you have to remember that they won't necessarily have the mindset of an attacker, let alone the skills or the certifications. And they won't include certain components like phishing attacks, like reconnaissance, tying things back to the why something is the way it is, and the level of risk to the organization. They usually use automated tools only, and you have to remember, guys, that they've already got knowledge and visibility and even access into the company's network, which means that these organizations, they're not getting a truly independent security assessment. So to wrap up, guys, a bit of a checklist for you and of course your clients as well. You want to make sure that you're getting pen tests performed. Okay, pen tests are the #1 way to mitigate security breaches and the #1 way to confirm that IT are in fact doing what they say they are. You want to make sure that you've got an incident response policy in place and that it's been tested as well. I'm not just talking about from a technical side of things, I'm talking about from image reputation, PR, these other areas that companies don't think about. Make sure you know what to do when a breach happens. You want to make sure that you've got some cyber insurance coverage in place. Cyber insurance coverage can be the difference between a company going bust and a company staying operational as well. And you want to make sure that IT, they're doing the right thing. Okay, that they're putting in the appropriate email and network protections into a network, like firewalls, like intrusion prevention systems, locking down the environment, blocking USB, all of these basic things that they should be doing by default. Monitoring, guys, remember that 90 to 95% of the organizations that we assess, they have no idea when they're getting hacked. So make sure that you've got some systems in place that can alert when an attack is underway. And most importantly, making sure that your staff are regularly trained. They're undertaking that awareness training so that they're aware of all the threats that are coming out. They're making sure that they're not clicking on links, opening attachments. They're using common sense. Remember, guys, that as of February next year, mandatory breach notification legislation is coming into play, which means that every organization now needs to show that they've done their due diligence. Remember, guys, that every organization has something that someone else wants. Doesn't matter if you're a florist of only 2 people, you will still have some data that someone else will want. And companies will continue to get targeted for that reason, especially the smaller ones.